Hello, and thank you for using the TrainTrack software. In this video, we will be going over how to import data. First, you can hover over Import and select which data type you would like to import. The process is the same for all 5 data types, so we'll just focus on one for this purpose. If you want to import employees, simply click on Employees, then click on the link in number 1 to download the template needed. You can then open up that template, click on Enable Editing at the top. Then you can review the information listed under instructions or go straight to the data tab to start typing in or pasting in your data. You can type in or paste in all of the last names here in the first column. Then the first names and the ID number. Please note that every record, as far as employees and training records go in TrainTrack, must have a unique ID number. If you leave this field blank, that's fine. TrainTrack will just assign a random ID number to the listed employees. The status could be active or inactive, or you can leave this blank and the employees will be imported as active by default. If you have a department and job title, you may enter it in the appropriate fields, and this is recommended so that any training that's required for these departments and job titles will be automatically required for the employee. Feel free to widen any of the column headers, but do not change the order of the columns on the spreadsheet. You can type in the supervisor's first and last name or their ID number if you prefer, whichever one's easier. You can type in a shift, a location, employee type, and an email is recommended if you have it, just so your employees can receive automatic email notices, or if you have your default login settings to use their email address for either the login or temporary password, you'll want to make sure that the email is entered the first time you import or enter the employee. If you have a start date, please enter this date because that is one of the ways TrainTrack uses to calculate due dates. It's either the start date plus the grace period or the training release date plus the grace period, whichever date comes later. You can enter in anything you want in the other field and link a file to the employee if you'd like. Otherwise, you're free to upload this employee. Before we import, you will want to set a named range just so that the import goes through a lot quicker. This way you can tell TrainTrack basically to only look for records on the lines that you have selected instead of the whole spreadsheet that may have a lot of blank lines. To set a named range, you would simply go to Formulas, Name Manager, then click the up arrow. You'll want to select all of the column headers and as many rows below that have data on them. So let's select all the column headers, even if there is no data in some of them. So you'll want to go all the way through column T and down as many lines as you have data on. Since we just have one employee listed here, we'll just select all the column headers and just the second line. You can then click the down arrow, close, and say yes to save the changes. Save this spreadsheet. You can now go back to TrainTrack to import this data. Click on Next, choose File, locate the spreadsheet that you just completed, click Upload, disregard that it says no file chosen, go ahead and click on Import, and your records have now been imported. So now when we go to our employee list, you will see that employee that we just imported listed. Keep in mind, you can actually reuse the same spreadsheet over and over if you prefer for the employee imports. TrainTrack will recognize to see if this employee already exists in TrainTrack and then just look for any changes that may need to be made. Or if someone is added that is not in Train Track will add them as a new employee. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day.